Hi everyone, thanks for watching. In today's video, I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about what President Trump said today in his statement about the election, because within that statement, we find Trump revealing the two ways he intends to win this election. Now, I know that many of you believe that this election is over and that Joe Biden will be the next president based on the number of votes he received and him exceeding 270 in the Electoral College. I am forced to remind you that Trump is still president as of today, November 7th, and will be president for another 2.5 months. During the next few weeks, he will not only pursue every possible remedy with the courts to prevent Biden from winning, but I am convinced that he will also use his immense power as president to do something that will shock all of us. And he revealed what that is with his statement today. So let's examine the two ways that Trump intends to win. The first one is obvious, and Trump clearly explained the strategy in his statement earlier today. Beginning Monday, our campaign will start prosecuting our case in court to ensure election laws are fully upheld and the rightful winner is seated. The American people are entitled to an honest election. That means counting all legal ballots and not counting any illegal ballots. Let's face it, when it comes to election fraud, it has been going on for as long as man has been here on this planet. All parties have done it from the dawn of history, and this election wasn't any different. The point is that Trump's lawyers will find something that they can call evidence of fraud. Also, as is obvious, the Trump lawyers will look to use the law to invalidate as many absentee votes as they can in those states that will make a difference. Too many people are dismissing this attempt as a Hail Mary by the Trump people, but the fact is that judges have to rule by the very letter of the law and not on emotion or what might be potentially good for this country. And because these courts will rule by the letter of the law, a lot of these absentee votes will no longer be counted. The second way that Trump intends to win this election was a bit hidden in his statement, but notice these two lines, one at the beginning and one at the end. We all know why Joe Biden is rushing to falsely pose as the winner and why his media allies are trying so hard to help him. They don't want the truth to be exposed. And also this near the end. So what is Biden hiding? These two lines are very similar to what Trump and his political allies were saying a few weeks back in relation to the Hunter Biden laptop and the so-called Biden crime family. In fact, Trump even stunningly said at one of his rallies that Joe Biden is a criminal and should be in jail. Eric Trump even posted on Twitter repeating accusations that Biden is hiding something very serious. A few weeks back, Trump himself stated that Attorney General Barr should immediately open an investigation into the Bidens. We've got to get the Attorney General to act. He's got to act, and he's got to act fast. He's got to appoint somebody. This is major corruption. This has to be known about before the election. Obviously, it turned out that Barr did not act before the election. Why not? In my opinion, Barr was waiting until the results of an election were known before taking such a stunning action of investigating the president's political opponent because the president asked him to. I am convinced that Trump will once again pressure Barr into opening an investigation into the Bidens, perhaps as soon as this week. And this time, Barr will do it, perhaps with a special prosecutor given complete authority over all things related to the Bidens. The special prosecutor will, of course, be someone who supports Trump. Besides this special prosecutor that Barr will appoint, we also should look for Trump to fire FBI Director Christopher Wray, perhaps in just a few days, or a week at the most. Trump will have an interim FBI director who will be on board with everything he wants. Here's the bottom line. It's not just Trump taking this to the courts. Trump will also look to resuscitate the investigation into Hunter Biden and, by extension, Joe Biden. He will soon coerce Attorney General Barr into starting an emergency investigation into the Bidens with the end result of charges being filed. Toss in the fact that FBI Director Wray will soon be fired, and Trump will have both the FBI and the DOJ aiming all their guns at Joe Biden in order to somehow disqualify him from taking office in 2 months. Perhaps even incarcerate him, which is exactly what Trump and his minions have been clamoring for quite a while. There is simply no way that Trump will accept losing this election. He's the most powerful man in the world, and he intends to stay that way. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and if you care to leave a comment, please do. Take care.